This time, I choose to become his stepmother. The guy I secretly love and his father both get hit with poison. Without hesitation, I start undressing and choose to save his father. In my last life, I was forced to become my crush's antidote. I ended up bearing his child, but he never came home. He stayed faithful to his precious first love while leaving me in the dark. He always believed I was manipulative. He believed I had drugged him on purpose just to sleep with him. He felt that I ruined his chance to be with the one he truly loved, leaving him with no choice but to watch her leave the country and later take her own life. In the 5th year of our marriage, he got drunk and crashed his car, killing me and our 2 kids. When I wake up again, I find myself back to the day he and his father were both drugged. This time, I choose to become his stepmother. Miss Stone, think of something. Mr. Bird is about to faint. I could hear Maria, the housekeeper, pacing up and down anxiously. I broke out into a cold sweat almost at once. The pain I felt after having been knocked by the car still hadn't dissipated, and I was slumped on the ground. I could not get rid of the image of my children's bloodied faces after they were run over. The sudden sound of Maria's voice had made me feel as if ages had passed. In my previous life, Maria had been dismissed after I got married. I hadn't seen her again after that. Mr. Bird had quite a lot to drink at the banquet today. Will you go in and take a look at him? I stepped backward. Had I come back to life? Maria, tell the driver to go and pick Jane Yates up. Ashton was drugged. I suppressed my emotions with difficulty and looked at Maria, who was beside me. Maria paused and looked rather confused. Maria, hurry. I retreated far away from Ashton's bedroom door. If we delay any longer, he'll be injured. When I saw Maria hurry to call Jane, I breathed a sigh of relief. In my last life, I had gone in to check on Ashton's condition. He had yanked me violently onto the bed. Maria thought it was consensual, so she turned and left. After that, I was discovered to be pregnant, and our marriage was planned. I thought that we were in love, but it turned out to be the beginning of hell. He hated me, and he hated the fact that I had married him because of what had happened and caused him to separate from the person he truly liked. He treated me coldly and violently, and he mocked me and said that the children might not even be his. He did not even allow them to be within his sight. In the 5th year of our marriage, he got drunk and killed our 2 children and me by running us over with his car. When the car sped toward us, the children hugged my thighs tightly. Right after that, their adorable little faces had become covered in blood. I suppressed my hatred, slowly walked toward one of the other bedrooms, and unbuttoned my clothes as I did so. I remembered that Ashton's father, Craig Bird, had also been drugged. It was rumored that Craig was impotent, which was why he had only had 1 son. That was why Ashton was set to become the successor of the Bird family. What if Craig had a few more children after this? I pushed the door open. There was the sound of running water in the bathroom, and there was a look of intense desire in Craig's eyes. His black shirt clung tightly to the muscles on his abdomen. Our eyes met, and his Adam's apple bobbed suddenly as he pulled me forcefully into his arms. At noon the next day, I walked out of the room, wrapped in my torn clothes. I just happened to catch sight of Jane, who was walking into Ashton's room with a bowl of soup. There was a bright red mark on her neck. She looked at me, her eyes roving up and down. She smiled meaningfully. "What are you in such a hurry for, Miss Stone?" she asked, standing in front of me as she lifted her chin slightly. "Have you done something that you can't tell anyone about? I guess that it would be kind of ridiculous if rumors spread about you seducing a man just for his money, especially when he's old enough to be your father." I looked up at her. "Are you talking about yourself?" Jane huffed. "Don't try to be witty with me, Miss Stone. Someone like you could never compare with. I'm going to marry Ashton. You're just a tool to satisfy the desire with." I pulled my clothes around myself. A tool to satisfy the desire with? In my past life, it was true that Craig had spent money to look for someone. When he was done, he had given her a sum of money to settle the matter. Things would be different in this life. I was going to strike the jackpot on my first try. If I had been able to get pregnant with Ashton's children in my past life, then I was sure that I could get pregnant with Craig's this time. My gaze swept over the bowl that Jane was carrying. "You'd better go in and serve Mr. Bird, Miss Yates." I was about to leave, but then I saw Ashton walking over to us out of the corner of my eye. He put an arm around Jane and leaned over to nuzzle up to her. "Jane, last night was so tiring. Why don't you sleep for a while